The Muppet movie from legends Jim Henson and Frank Oz tells the story of the Muppets, who literally go to see their own film in the cinema.
Oops, I'm breaking the fourth wall.
It's wonderful to see you guys, but how did you ever find us?
Oh, easy. We just read the screenplay you left us.
Okay, this film does actually have a very intelligent sense of humour.
Thank you.
So the film within the film shows Kermit the Frog chillaxing before being convicted to pursue a career in show business as a performing frog, leading to him heading on a road trip to Hollywood, meeting all of the iconic Muppets characters along the way, including My Ex-Wife. Meanwhile, the bad guy, played by Charles Durning? Random. Wants to use Kermit in commercials for frog's legs, but he refuses, leading to Durning hunting him down to even kill him. That got dark. Oh, and to complete the When a Stranger Calls reunion, Carol Kane has a random cameo for no reason.
Yeah, but she's my myth.
No, myth.
Yes?
What the hell?
As he travels and meets more friends, he comes across Miss Piggy at a beauty pageant with Elliot Gould present. Odd casting again. Miss Piggy almost instantly falls for him and becomes clingy as well, wanting to travel with them. They reluctantly agree, and then Kermit suddenly falls for her in 20 seconds flat. She gets kidnapped by Mel Brooks. Okay. She gets saved until she ditches him again for an acting job, then shows up again with no acknowledgement whatsoever. They bump into Richard Pryor? He was in Superman and Muppets. What the hell? Bob Hope gives them ice cream with a waiter that is Steve Martin. Kermit squares off with Durning until Animal turns into a giant, making the save. They make it to the auditions to meet the producer. What the Orson fucking Welles? How much did this film cost to get all of these stars? And Orson makes them rich and famous to end the film.
That's a lot of information to get in 30 seconds.
Sorry about that.
When the film's production began, the main concern was whether or not the franchise could adapt well from television to film. So the creators shot some tests outside London in real locations, and it seemed to work. In shots where Kermit is on a log, for instance, Jim Henson was in a tight metal container with an air hose to breathe, a rubber sleeve allowing him to perform Kermit, and even a monitor to see his performance being placed under the water. This scene alone took 5 days to film. That's dedication.
It was worth it.
This is actually the first ever movie to have a hand puppet with its entire body on screen. Previously, they were only ever seen from the waist up. Kermit on a bike was used with an overhead crane and invisible wires. Remote control puppets were often used. Kermit and Fozzie Bear dancing was actually Henson and Oz in front of a blue screen, but shooting wasn't a very happy experience. The film was shot in Albuquerque, New Mexico, and was released on May the 31st, 1979, and became the highest grossing Muppets movie, all the way until 2011 when, well, The Muppets came out. The film was nominated for 2 Academy Awards but sadly won none, though it did pick up a Grammy and a Saturn Award. And although I don't think it's as good as their Christmas Carol movie years later, it's still harmless enough. It has the charm of the series, and it's actually a really bold and daring movie for their first try. The plot is a big quest, and it's a great idea, a road trip, the perfect way to get all of the characters in there, including Big Bird, whose cameo is just there for the sake of a cameo.
I'm on my way to New York City to try to break into public television.
The puppetry, as is always with Frank Oz, is spectacular. The shots where you see them entirely in the frame on their own is amazing. You can't see the strings, and it's really mind-blowing stuff, especially for the 70s. Except here, I can see that string. Haha, gotcha!
What?
The songs are really charming and actually quite heartfelt. It's almost like the musical numbers are too good to be in a Muppets movie. They're sung well, they're intense, inspiring, and emotional. My only problem is that they're also quite forgettable. Maybe it's just me, but I forget the tune or lyrics about 5 minutes after they're over. They don't have the memorable factor of a Mary Poppins or a Lion King. The opening scene, I'm pretty sure, was just the writers competing to see how many puns they could come up with.
You know, I hear this movie is dynamite.
Private screening?
Yeah, they're afraid to show it in public.
Is this seat taken? If I'm not funny, I won't be able to live with myself.
Well, then you'll have to get another apartment, won't you?
This is Dad Jokes, the movie.
I want you to turn left if you come to a fork in the road.
Yes, sir. Turn left at the fork in the road. Permit!
I don't believe that.
I do love the humour. This is the first Muppet story that took place in the real world, and not a single person finds it weird that a talking, singing frog is walking around. They just act like it's completely natural. So much so, there's even a goddamn audition for talented frogs. They even have this hilarious Western showdown. It's goofy, but so funny. The film has a very mature sense of humour and doesn't feel the need to dumb the jokes down for the younger audience members. The jokes can appeal to any age. Fourth wall jokes, shots at themselves, slapstick, it's all there.
Prepare the standard rich and famous contract for Kermit the Frog and Company.
Yep, no questions, just rich and famous. God damn, I need to get myself one of those.
What a wild idea!
But the question remains, if Charles Durning isn't even surprised or shocked to see a frog doing these things, why is he also determined to get a frog to do these things? It's not like they're incredible to the point of surprise. His motivations are very contradictory. Is this a real alligator? I mean, I couldn't find out online, but if it's a fake, it looks way more real than Jaws. And if it's real, Jim Henson has got some goddamn balls to be under that water operating Kermit.
I don't understand any of this.
There's also insanely dark imagery for a kid's film, let alone a Muppets movie. I mean, Kermit nearly gets crushed to death. He sees that Frog's legs are on a menu. The villain threatens to cook Miss Piggy as a ham hock. Kermit even gets strapped to an electric chair-like machine. Who the hell upset Jim Henson that day? Even though they're not in France. I'm sorry, but who in America eats frog's legs? Oh well, here's the best line of the movie.
You don't go to Bombay to become a movie star. You go where we're going, Hollywood.
Sure, if you want to do it the easy way.
We picked up a weirdo.
It is funny that as soon as Kermit and Miss Piggy see each other, they instantly fall in love, but she's the obsessed one. He invites her to go and get ice cream, but she packs her damn luggage and wants to travel with them. He's reluctant the entire time, and yet when they get to dinner, now all of a sudden he likes her. She vanishes, he thinks she ditched him, and he even claims to be heartbroken.
A broken heart, right?
Wait, this pie or whatever falls on their car and it means they can't drive it?
Take off, Fuzzy!
Yes, sir.
Drive after them? If Miss Piggy can do all of this martial arts stuff this whole time, why didn't she do this earlier? In fact, how the hell did she get kidnapped in the first place?
What the heck's going on here? A pig that goes bananas? What is this, a luau?
What the hell's going on here? A pig that can act? Okay, I love Mel Brooks, but that read was really bad. Now, after all of that, Miss Piggy randomly ditches Kermit for an acting job, which admittedly is kind of funny, but it's entirely pointless. This breaks Kermit's heart, and then the next scene she hitchhikes a ride with them, and it's never explained. Kermit's still upset with her for like 5 seconds. They cuddle. She never explains why she did it, what went wrong, if the job fell through. She never redeems herself. There is literally no purpose to it. And just when you think they're going to end with the soppy cliche, think about what you're doing speech, they fake it out, which is great because originally Henson wanted Durning to redeem himself this way, but Frank Oz refused to allow it. Good call, Yoda. Good call. It's still a really bold message, a charming film that holds up. Not the best Muppets movie, but a fairly decent one. And let's end it with a great and inspiring message.
Life's like a movie. Write your own ending. Keep believing, keep pretending. We've done just what we've set out to do.
I will, Kermit. I will.